Today on Monkey Life, orangutan Amy becomes a great-grandmother as former Monkey World residents Awan and Jin welcome a baby boy. And Jeremy is delighted.
I feel quite smug about that. You know, the fact that I've been involved a little bit.
More baby news for the newly released Dukes and Gibbons from the park's sister sanctuary in Vietnam.
It's just fantastic. This is just a huge milestone. They're living independently wild in the forest and they're breeding.
And an important and emotional milestone in the life of disabled chimp Chocola. Monkey World in Dorset, buried deep in the English countryside, is the largest sanctuary of its kind on the planet. The team, led by Dr. Alison Cronin, rescue and rehabilitate abused and unwanted primates from all over the world.
Box is secured into place, everything's good.
The park provides a home for more than 250 primates from 24 different species. At the orangutan nursery, Alison is preparing breakfast for its youngest residents, Kiwi and Saibu.
Fingers.
The pair are now living full-time in the creche, playing next door to the older residents during the day and sleeping together in their shared hammock at night.
The kids are doing just fantastic. Actually, we've entered the sort of next phase in their development now. They've moved into the nursery full-time. No more feeds overnight. We're still coming in a wee bit early to give them breakfast and get them going. They're living alongside everybody else, so that interaction is good. So really pleased with them. They're eating a full range of foods, and we're even just this week, this is new to me for my morning in today, Donna's decided to start separating out their different foods so that they're not getting a whole selection of food left with them, greens, root, and a little bit of fruit. This morning they're getting root feed for breakfast so that we encourage them to eat a little bit of everything, because right now what's on offer is simply root vegetable. So that's a sign that they're growing up and starting to be more selective about their food, and that we're starting to manage them more like adults, even though they're so far away from being adults that we still have many years to go on that.
Living in their own secure space, alongside the older orangutans, is the next step forward towards life in the nursery for orphaned or rejected youngsters who should still be cared for by their mothers. Watching their older neighbours will help Saibu and Kiwi learn orangutan behaviour and lessen their bonds with their human carers. This pair are enjoying the freedom.
Love seeing them be able to express themselves in their own way in the bigger room with more activity. You can see how they like to play, how they like to interact. They give each other security and comfort. All the things that traditionally hand-reared orphan primates would get from human beings, but it isn't good for them. So really pleased to see their independence, and we're even taking them out into the bigger playroom now. We've kitted that out, and wow, their climbing skills, it's sort of a little bit scary and hard to watch, but they're really good. I'm feeling pretty confident and happy. You never know what the future holds, but I would say we're ready to start considering meeting other individuals as well. So we're really close now, and I would say in the next month or so, we'll be doing that.
There's cause for celebration today, and Kiwi and Saibu are marking it with a drink of milk.
Saibu's 1 year old today, which is just fantastic. I mean, he's still tiny, and it means that, you know, he's developmentally sort of halfway behind Kiwi at this point in their life. But he's catching up fast. He's doing really well. He's really very strong, and that's the most important thing right now. He has Kiwi for security, and she's a little more confident, so she takes the lead. She's very protective over you, too, isn't she? Is that a lovely little squeak? And just really pleased that he's hitting those developmental marks. So he's got all of his teeth in now. And of course, Saibu still needs the special milk that's hypoallergenic. So they actually have 2 different kinds of milk on the go.
The 2 youngsters are left on their own to play and have fun during the day and put themselves to bed at night. But the team still monitor them 24/7 via CCTV cameras. In the next few months, once they graduate to join the older residents in the nursery, Kiwi and Saibu will have an orangutan family to watch over them too. Bart's chimpanzee group are getting a treat this morning. A few days ago, they missed out on the season's first harvest of corn because Bart's blood glucose level was too high. He's type 1 diabetic, which means he's on daily insulin and monitored regularly. As a result, his troop are limited to eating whatever is suitable for Bart. But today, it's good news for Bart and the rest of the troop. His reading is normal. The team are putting out a whole variety of cut browse for them to enjoy, including a special treat of apple tree branches laden with fruit.
Giving this stuff to him first thing means that we've got the whole day to monitor his blood glucose and see how this has affected it, and then we can just manage him accordingly.
The apples aren't fully ripe, so the sugar content shouldn't be too high. The browse provides plenty of fibre and roughage.
Keeps them nice and busy, slows down their feeding process, so as they would in the wild. They spend like 50% of their time foraging, so putting out fresh browse is a great natural enrichment for them.
Some of the troop have been watching from the tunnels and can't wait to investigate. Time to let them into the enclosure. The troop charge out. The loose apples have been scattered around the enclosure, some up high and others on the ground. The lower fruit are targeted first. There's plenty to go around, but try telling that to a hungry chimp. The excited chimpanzees are attempting to gather as many apples as they can, reacting just as they would in the wild if they found a fruiting tree. Low-ranking Lola has already grabbed 2 handfuls. She's quick and well-practiced at gathering and foraging. Beth shows age is no barrier to being quick off the mark. She's one of the oldest in the group, but she's already scooped up an armful of apples. She loves her food. Leader Bart has made the most of his position in the group. As alpha male, no one's going to try and rob his stash of apples. His blood glucose is tested 3 times a day, so the team will be able to tell straight away if the apples have had an effect. While most of the group have settled down to eat the fruit, some have opted for the leafy browse. It's an important part of a chimp's diet, full of fibre and nutrients, and something they can spend hours processing and enjoying. Newest troop member Sasha has definitely acquired a taste for leaves. Grisby drags an entire branch up to one of the platforms to settle down for the day with food on hand, away from anyone with a mind to raid her hoard. Buster has a different approach. He's brought wood wool from the house and built a comfy day nest, just as chimps in the wild might. He settles down to relax and munch on a tasty apple. The browse and apples will keep the group busy and content for much of the day. Each morning, as the park's primate residents begin to awake, Animal Director Jeremy Keeling makes his way over to Gordon's orangutan house. where the large male and two ladies, Amy and Xiao Lan, await his arrival.
Come on, Lanny, on your back. You're a good girl. This is baby oil, just ordinary baby oil. Come on, in your mouth. 4, 3.
Before the trio go outside for breakfast, Jeremy oils their skin and hair to keep them in tip-top condition.
Xiao Lan's always had dry, scaly lips, and Amy has it a bit. Amy just favours her right shoulder for this. 5, 4, 3. Here's a good girl. We're not going to do your belly because there isn't enough oil in the oil. On your lips, on your lips. Here you go, on your lips. Bottom lip. But you see how nice their coats look and how their skin. Come on, in your mouth. Go, Gordon.
Even huge male Gordon, who weighs close to 100 kilos, is willing to be oiled up.
On your fingers. Fingers. Other fingers. Give me the fingers. Give me your fingers.
He demands a reward of sliced apple from Jeremy.
Right, hang on a minute. 1 minute, all right? He suffers from bigness, he does. A severe case of bigness. He's a good girl. This is like a stepping stone for them to come in here, and then I can go through this procedure and they can all have the breakfast. Also, because somebody is on a strict diet, it makes it easier. The high quality food, i.e. the fruit. Yes, you can have 3 whole pellets. Look at that. And of course he has pellets till he's full, and you can tell he's full because then he tries to grab me. He's had enough. So she gets 2 reasonably small handfuls, well, 2 my small handfuls. She gets 3 pellets, and he gets until he tries to kill me, and then he can have what he wants. One more.
With the morning routine complete, Jeremy heads outside into the orangutan's large enclosure. He's putting out breakfast for the group, a rare treat of freshly harvested grapes still on the vine. The homegrown fruit has lower sugar levels and a lot more fibre than commercially bought ones. Perfect for an orangutan on a diet.
I'll put some at low level as well, because if you notice, Amy has become very terrestrial in her old age. She can still climb and everything, but it's getting a bit much for her. I mean, she's 42. It's all getting a bit much to her.
Jeremy has an extremely close bond with all 3 orangutans. He was alongside each one when they arrived at Monkey World. He hand-reared Amy after she was rejected by her mum, Jane, back in 1983.
As soon as Amy was born, I hand-reared her from birth. She was the first resident here. She came with me. I had to get down here very quickly because there was monkeys turning up.
This is Gordon.
10 years later, Gordon came along. When he was born, Amy rejected him, and Jeremy had to step in and care for the youngster. He was instrumental in later reuniting the pair.
There's your mother, Gordon. Play with her.
The 3rd member of the group is Xiao Lan. Jeremy flew out to the Pingtung Rescue Centre in Taiwan to collect her in 2002 and brought her back to the park. 23 years on, and the threesome are living contentedly together. And there's some happy intergenerational news. Awan, Xiao Lan's daughter, who now lives at Wingham Wildlife Park in Kent with Gordon's son Jin, has given birth to a boy named Tonic, making Gordon and Xiao Lan grandparents, Amy a great-granny, and Jeremy very proud.
The first Anthropoid Ape meetings I went to, which started in 1976 at John Aspinall's office, they were saying then about, it was discussed then, when we got to the orang bit, about how that nobody had, in captivity, had ever bred a 2nd-generation captive-born orang. There were quite a few first generations, but nobody had ever bred a 2nd generation. But then we look at Amy now. Amy was 1st generation, Gordon is 2nd generation, Jin is 3rd generation, and now we've got Tonic, who is 4th generation. So, I feel quite smug about that. The fact that I've been involved a little bit, and now we're up to the 4th generation in my lifetime. But then again, that just makes me realise that was 50 years ago, so God, I'm getting old. Like a greyhound, look. Like a greyhound from a trap.
This morning, Xiaolan is first out of the blocks, followed by Amy and finally Gordon. Orangutans are inherently a sedentary species. When they find a food source, they tend to waste as little energy as possible. The team at the park do all they can to keep this trio busy and active and persuade them to climb. Xiaolan is the quickest. She's already found some grapes up high. Amy prefers to remain at or near ground level. She needs to lose a bit of weight, so her diet is closely monitored. 28-year-old Gordon is the largest primate at the park. He's an imposing example of a fully grown adult male, with large flanges and a mass of hair.
I mean, he could be a skeleton under that, or he could be obese. Well, he isn't. I know he isn't, but, you're not worried about him, being overweight. Having said that, Gordon is the least motivated by food person I've ever met.
Captive orangutans can live into their 50s, so Jeremy has years of daily routines ahead to perform for his orangutan charges. The new orangutan birth isn't the only success story connected to the park in recent months. In Vietnam, at Dao Tien, Monkey World's sister sanctuary, there's been cause to celebrate too. The team recently released a trio of black-shanked dukes, Peter, Anna and Kui, into the forest area within Dong Nai Biosphere Reserve. Anna and Kui became the centre's first hand-reared animals to be released back into the wild. An important and exciting achievement. The trio are thriving in their newfound freedom, and Anna has given birth to a baby boy.
It's just fantastic. It means that they're adjusting to the wild, to the food in the wild, to all the different animals that they're close to. They've got over the shock of the elephants, and most importantly, they're surviving in the wild after horrible early years in the illegal pet trade.
And there's another group doing well too. Kizzy's family of golden-cheeked gibbons, released into the wild last year, are also thriving. They've established their home range, are finding enough food in the forest, and staying together. And now their group has increased by 1.
They're living like wild gibbons. Each day I get videos from our field team, and they've just told me in the last few weeks that Kizzy's had another baby. So this is just a huge milestone. They're living independently wild in the forest, and they're breeding.
The news from Lebanon isn't so good. The 6 baboons Alison has been planning to bring to the park for more than a year are in limbo. A brand new facility is waiting for them in Dorset, but the situation on the ground in Lebanon is still perilous, and until a safe route can be arranged and a carrier found to transport them, the move is on hold. But Alison and Jason Meyer from the charity Animals Lebanon, who currently look after them, are in regular contact. The transport crates, which left Dorset a couple of months ago, have finally arrived in Lebanon by boat for Jason to collect. At least now, when they get the go-ahead, he can move quickly and get the baboons transported. Hopefully in the coming months. One of the park's biggest and most recent success stories, which also took a lot of time and organisation, is the arrival of chimp Chocola. It was just under a year ago that Jeremy flew to Kenya to bring her back to Dorset. The team were concerned she might not even manage the journey to the UK. And there were worries about how she would cope meeting a bunch of rowdy chimps, having lived without company of her own kind. Chocola became disabled as a baby after her family was shot and she was stolen from the wild. She was left with paralysis down her right side, caused by bullet spray lodged inside her skull. But despite all her difficulties, Chocola is now fully integrated into Brian's small troop and gets on well with all her new family. But there's one thing she hasn't achieved yet. taking her first steps into the group's large outdoor enclosure. The care staff have done all they can to help her, adapting the house and tunnel system connected to the enclosure and adding ramps to make it easier to access.
You know, it took us a little while to actually meet her needs and expectations. We kept making modifications to the house and to the tunnel and to the enclosure and so on. But really, probably we just needed to wait for her to find the right time and place to feel comfortable doing it. But she's a fully integrated member of the group now, and it's just so lovely to see.
Chocola has ventured to the entrance of the enclosure.
Look at this. Yes, you.
But so far has been unwilling to take that final step.
He's a clever girl.
Until today.
Well done, baby. You're so clever. All that way.
To the delight of the team, she cautiously heads into the enclosure, sits down, and takes it all in.
You're so clever.
The rest of the group arrive to offer Chocola encouragement and reassurance.
They all seem to be quite nice and calm with her. She's had Nari come over so they can have a bit of a groom, which I think also helped kind of build her confidence when she's got the others coming over and being so nice and calm with her.
It's a massive achievement. The team's hard work and patience has paid off. Then, an emotional moment for all, Chocola starts to explore, taking the final step towards a more fulfilling life as a fully fledged member of a chimpanzee troop.
I can't even believe it. I thank all of the stars, but really, most of the credit goes, of course, to Brian and his group of chimpanzees. In the end, the most important thing in what we do for all of the primates here at the park is give them their families back again. And being with other chimpanzees and seeing how they behave, interact, what they eat, how they do things, is what has brought Chocola back into the land of chimpanzee society. Couldn't be more pleased for her. It's just wonderful.